This episode of Destructoid is brought to you by Netflix. Coming up on Destructoid, the epic Mass Effect 3 ending debacle continues. The new Farcry 3 trailer is full of drugs and violence, and epic Mickey 2 is suddenly a thing. My love for you is like a truck Destructoid!
Welcome to Destructoid, I'm Tara Long.
And I'm Max Scoville.
Quite an interesting intro you got there.
Yeah,
Max.
you ever seen Clerks?
I have not. I knew I wouldn't like it. I'm not a huge Kevin Smith fan, so.
Well, you haven't seen it, so.
I know, but I hate everything else. Anyway, this is not the time.
All right.
Okay.
We've got some things we got to cover, some important stuff. A few of you guys at home called me out for some bad journalism last episode because I went on that little mini rant about how The Witcher 2 was released on the same day as Skyrim, which it wasn't. That was a mistake. The game actually came out on May 17th, and we were way off. We had to shoot Monday's show really early, and that meant that our meddling producer, Zach Miner, wrote that story for me, and he goofed on the date, and I got the, I didn't fact check him, so that's me being a terrible journalist, and, it happens. You guys realize that me and Tara and Zach are the three people who write the show. Like, that's all of it. We do our own research. I'm not trying to humble brag or whatever, but, we screw up sometimes, and, look at my hair, Tara, help me out.
I think what he means to say is that we made a boo-boo, and we're really sorry.
Sorry.
We're
human beings with hearts and souls.
So let's get into the actual news.
The actual big news. The big news today is about Mass Effect 3. And no matter what we say, I'm sure we're going to piss somebody off because Bioware games are serious things.
Instant dislike.
Instant dislike. You guys just thumbs this down, didn't you? So after all the outrage and vitriol over Mass Effect 3's ending, the petition, the subsequent fundraiser to validate the petition, the complaint to the Federal Trade Commission that we didn't report on because it would just be flame bait at that point, Bioware has finally addressed the Mass Effect 3 ending properly. On the Bioware blog, co-founder and CEO Dr. Ray Muzica posted a rather humble and eloquent post that honestly made me feel kind of bad for Mass Effect 3's devs. Mass Effect 3 is a great game with a shitty ending, but it's still a great game, and it's really bizarre to think of how the majority of the buzz about this game is negative, considering how excited everybody was to begin with, and I think about how much time these guys spent working on it, and I get depressed reading YouTube comments on our stupid videos that we make over the course of 2 days, and that makes me sad. These guys spent years working on something, and their alleged fans are so mad about the ending they filed a petition to change it. Anyway, I'm sure I'm going to get flamed for saying that much, but moving on, Muzica stated that Bioware has taken the fan reaction into account and they're working on something to remedy the situation. He added that executive producer Casey Hudson and the rest of the team are working on some game content initiatives and that they will provide more clarity for those seeking further closure to their journey, and that we should hear more info in April, so that means that we will have to continue talking about Mass Effect 3.
I'm fine with just pretending that it does not exist ever again.
People will get mad at you for saying that. See, she hates it, yell at her. Anyway, presumably Bioware fans have had their rage quelled for the time being, at least until they announce that there will be no further Dragon Age 2 support, which is something else that happened this week. EA has publicly stated that there will be no further DLC, expansions, or support for Dragon Age 2, and considering that Dragon Age 2 was released like a year and 3 weeks ago, that's kind of lame, but I mean, we're probably going to see Dragon Age 3 in right around the corner sometime soon. That's not announced yet, but I mean, it's EA, they're going to make it. Guys, I don't have the free time or the emotional range to be a Bioware fanboy. It honestly just seems exhausting. Please don't get mad at me. I'm not trying to make anyone mad. Anyway, so I hate ending news stories on a sour note. So here's some good news. Next week, Mass Effect 3 DLC will be available for Final Fantasy 13-2. Yeah, that's right. As of March 27th, you will be able to dress up Sarah and Noelle in N7 armor.
That's very exciting.
Yes, that is thrilling, and obviously what people are really excited about. I don't know about you guys, but from where I'm sitting, video games are fucking ridiculous.
Yep, that is our job.
Our first Mass Effect 3 DLC
wonderful.
is for Final Fantasy.
Yep.
My brain hurts. You do the thing.
Okay,
just something.
Moving on. So according to this morning's internet, there is now cold, hard evidence that Dark Souls is being ported to PC. Nothing's been officially confirmed yet, but if you go to the game's Facebook page, you'll find news of an announcement along with an image that says, like our page to view the exclusive content. So, naturally, I liked the page, and apparently clicking to view the exclusive content just takes you to another image that says an announcement is coming. Thank you, I did not know that. Help us break down and reveal what's behind the dark wall by liking this Dark Souls app. Check back daily to see the progress. Okay, first of all, I'm not gonna check back daily to see the progress. That's just not gonna happen. Secondly, if everybody's expecting news of a PC port out of this, and we end up getting something terrible like a Facebook game, I'm gonna lose my shit, okay? Fortunately, there's very little chance of that happening, though it would be a pretty good troll. Pretty much all signs at this point are pointing to a PC port, not the least of which is this image from the back cover of this month's PC Power Play magazine, showing that classic "you died" message that should be familiar to anybody who's played the game for more than 10 seconds.
You died.
You may also recall the Dark Souls for PC petition that fans started back in January of this year, which has now accumulated over 90,000 signatures, and it also got the attention of Namco Bandai's community manager, who encouraged supporters by saying on their forums, quote, "If you wanted to have the attention of Namco Bandai games, now you have it. The future is in your hands, and I hope you will keep supporting this."
Until you die.
Until you die. Or until it comes out on PC, whichever comes first. Unfortunately, the next issue of PC Power Play won't hit stores until April 18th. So maybe if enough of you go like the Dark Souls Facebook page, we can break down those walls of secrecy and oppression and, you know, get some video games.
I like that.
To play.
I like that. It's all petitions and Facebook likes and
Facebook's in everything, man. It's in you. You don't even know it.
Emperor's New Clothes or something. It's all magic, invisible shit we can't see. So, you guys might remember me bitching about the last Far Cry 3 trailer for being full of stupid things that I didn't like, and I had one of my little hissy fits. Well, apparently, Ubisoft listened because the new trailer is much, much better. Instead of introducing us to a bunch of unlikable spring break douchebags as they make "I'm on a boat" references, this trailer basically is like, do a bunch of drugs and kill people.
I can get down with that.
Yeah, it's pretty great. We gotta look at how psychedelic the game is. We saw this before. You know, there's mushrooms and drugs and stuff, and this time they're really pushing it. I don't think currently there's enough drug use in video games. I mean, let's be real. Pac-Man was popping pills and Mario was eating mushrooms long before we all had blood and gore. And it's really nice to see games, you know, returning to their roots, and that is drugs.
Right, drugs.
I don't think that kids today have enough bad influences, and I think that a game about doing hallucinogenic drugs and killing a million fucking dudes is just what the doctor ordered. The doctor ordered. I don't know. Kids are stupid. I hate them. I think they should all be in jail. That means you teenagers.
What are you?
I'm just saying.
Talking about
I don't know. I love this trailer. I'm excited, so I'm getting a little bit weird. Anyway, the new trailer also shows that we'll be able to rip out the hearts of wild boars, ride jet skis alongside sharks, fly hang gliders, and that there will be monitor lizards. You know, you can't really see what you're supposed to do with the monitor lizards. I'm not really sure about that. Our idiot producer Zach, who gave us the wrong release date for The Witcher 2, identified these lizards as giant iguanas. See? No, that's bullshit. They are obviously monitor lizards, which are commonly found on islands in the South Pacific and Indian Oceans, and that's where the game is set. So, you know, giant iguanas.
What an idiot.
He made that graphic. What is that? No, you're wrong, Zach. In any case, I think that video games need more drugs, violence, and Komodo dragons, which are undeniably the coolest species of monitor lizards. But yeah, Far Cry 3 is steadily climbing up my want list for 2012. I want this fucking game.
I'll climb up your want list for 20. Sorry, that was bad.
That's okay.
Right.
That comes out in September, though, so.
Oh, September, exciting. Lots of video games coming out then, huh? Lots of competition.
Thanks for shitting on my
Interesting.
rainbow.
So Epic Mickey is a game that has probably not been on a lot of people's minds lately, but all of that is about to change because Disney France and Warren Spector have apparently decided that the game is deserving of not one, but 2 sequels. The first one, confirmed for release on PS3, Xbox, and Wii, is called Epic Mickey 2: The Power of 2, and it'll supposedly feature improved camera controls, which was a big problem in the first game, a drop-in, drop-out co-op system, and actual voice acting, which was completely absent in the first game. Warren Spector has actually publicly stated that he regrets not putting voices in Epic Mickey 1, so this time around he plans to do pretty much the exact opposite by making it a musical. Now, anyone who follows me on Twitter knows of my general dislike towards group singing and other such merriment, but it's Disney, you guys. It's a game about Mickey Mouse, okay? They're allowed to be corny. It's Disney, and if they pull this off right, I could actually see this being kind of a huge hit. It'll be really sort of the first full-fledged video game musical.
It's also, it's gonna be, I mean, you guys, you know when the kids on the YouTube are like, that game looks gay. This game looks really. I mean, this is a camp sing-along.
Okay, you're no longer allowed to talk.
What?
I'm sorry.
What? It's
you know what? When this game does really well, I'm gonna laugh in your fucking face.
I'm not making fun of it. I'm
saying
saying this is the kind of game they'd have in the arcade at the Castro Theater, okay?
Yeah, well, we'll see. Time will tell.
Yeah.
The other rumor that I'm most excited for is the one concerning a possible 3DS sequel called Epic Mickey 2 Power of Illusion.
Who's naming these?
Yeah. Official Nintendo magazine broke the news a few days ago by tweeting, "Presentation of the Epic Mickey 2 will take place next week. 3DS version, Power of Illusion, more classic 2D is also provided for." I'm not really sure what that means, but based on the title, I can only hope it's a spin-off of the old Sega game World of Illusion, starring Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck, which was a favorite of mine growing up and is still, in my humble opinion, one of the best co-op games to date. Assuming you can find somebody to play it with you. Nobody will play it with me. They just call me a hipster when I break out my Sega. Anyway, Disney's promised to reveal more details about this on March 27th, but the info we have now should be enough to at least warrant speculation.
Is that a Warren Spector pun?
Yep.
God damn
That's
it.
right.
Yeah, so
And it's only Wednesday, my friend.
Anyway, speaking of someone who generally does not give two shits about Disney, I will admit that the thought of a good Mickey side-scroller is actually really appealing.
Oh man, it's so good, the Sega games.
I used to play, you played World of Illusion, I played Mickey Mania, which was the old side-scroller, and it was kind of going through the different ages of Mickey. That's on like Super NES and Sega CD and Genesis, I think. And
yeah, that's like super old school.
I fucking love that game. And fun fact, David Jaffe, the creator of Twisted Metal, actually has that on his resume. So yeah, you can kind of see the resemblance between this and Twisted Metal.
Totally.
Yeah, totally, yeah, definitely.
Just, with clowns.
Yeah, but there you go. Yeah, that's enough talk about cartoon mice for the time being. The hottest shit right now, I think, is Draw Something.
Oh, yeah, it is.
In terms of like games that non-gamers play. This is, of course, Draw Something, the mobile game that is basically, Pictionary with friends. And if you haven't heard of the game, you need to get out more or pay better attention to the internet or something. It's been a while since I've seen a game have so much sudden viral success. I was at dinner the other night, and all conversation was just immediately derailed. One of my friends pulled out his phone and showed off Draw Something. And apparently, everyone else just immediately downloaded it except for me because my phone is a piece of shit. And I sat in the corner playing my stupid PlayStation Vita like a loser.
Aww.
Seriously, I downloaded this game today and my phone ran out of space. It's really embarrassing. I had to delete all my text messages.
Probably.
But yeah, today the big news is that the evil masters of the microtransaction, those folks at Zynga, have bought out Draw Something's parent studio, OMG Pop, for around $200 million.
Wow.
That's a dainty little sum. This shows an interesting change in Zynga's usual behavior. We're used to them, usually shamelessly ripping off game ideas to turn a profit. And so to see them actually negotiate a deal with whoever's got the hot new game, that's weird, man. I think it's possible that Zynga might have realized that everyone hates them and that they might not always be able to make their money off of microtransactions from people's moms on Facebook games. But that's crazy. It probably scares them. They're afraid. We can win this.
It's crazy to think because acquisitions are such a long process. So what I'm wondering is, did Zynga see the rising popularity of this and we're like, we got to have that? Or has this been in the works for a long time?
The company, OMG Pop, has been around since 2006. And But
this is their first, hugely successful
and the weird thing is this is not the first, Pictionary-style game to exist. This is actually a very simplified one. And why it's a hit, no one knows. They don't know. They didn't know what they did, but it's like crack, and people are going crazy for it. And now Zynga bought it, so I don't know what to think about that. But I mean, what if Zynga started actually being like a cool company that wasn't evil and was being good? I don't know. I want to watch some Crash and Burn more. I'll be more excited about that. Let's take a word from our sponsor.
Let's do that. Netflix. You guys have heard of them, right? They're hands down the fastest and easiest way to stream TV episodes and movies straight to your home, saving you time and money, two of life's most precious resources. With Netflix, you can instantly watch your favorite shows and movies directly on your PC or Mac, or even on your home television. All you need is a PS3, Xbox 360, or Nintendo Wii console. For a limited time, Netflix is offering all Destructoid viewers their own free trial membership, which you can redeem by signing up at netflix.com/Destructoid. Also, if you haven't heard it yet, Netflix is available now in the UK and Ireland, so you guys can get in on that deal too. Just sign up at netflix.co.uk/Destructoid if you're in the UK, or netflix.ie/Destructoid if you're in Ireland. Make sure you use those links too when you sign up, because otherwise
please do that. Yeah.
Netflix
Also,
doesn't know.
you forgot to mention that it is also on the Nintendo 3DS and the PlayStation Vita.
Yeah,
so
it's on everything.
Every size, all one
Pretty
size
soon
fits
it'll
all.
just be burned into your retinas,
Yeah,
and we won't even have to pay money for it. It'll be awesome.
It's wonderful. But just get Netflix if you can. Just do it, please.
So, that's probably about it for news today. You guys may have noticed that we've been putting up a lot of videos lately, both here and on our Rev3 Games YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed to both of those channels yet, you're really missing out. So here's a list of things that we have done and will continue to do this week. Ninja Gaiden 3 review that Max did with our producer Zach. Go watch it and cry over the death of the Ninja Gaiden series.
Oh, hey.
Also did an impressions video of the Dead or Alive 5 demo. You guys can find that on Rev3 Games right now.
That's with me and Anthony.
Yeah.
We had fun. And we also
we got a new segment with you and Anthony called Can I Masturbate to It? I don't know what you're talking about, but my guess is the answer is yes.
Yep.
Tomorrow, we're putting up 2 videos, not one, but 2. One for Darksiders 2, gameplay and interview video, and another one for Sniper Ghost Warrior 2, which apparently nobody else cares about but me. I don't know, it's gonna be awesome. Last but not least, Friday, as in Friday, 2 days from now Friday, we are doing a live show at 3:30 p.m. Pacific time here on youtube.com/Dtoid. And even better, we've got codes. We've been saying that we would have codes, and now we have them.
We try to get codes. We have studios that are like, we have these games to give away for a contest, and we're like, can they be like codes that we could give away to people all over the world? And they're like, no, physical games, and we're not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. So we want everyone to have fun things. It's a thing we try to do. So anyway.
International viewers, be sure to tune in for that.
Yeah.
While I'm on a roll here, please go follow us on Twitter. Please, 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 please. I am Tara Longest. He is Max Scoville, and the show is also on there at Dtoid Show. We hang out sometimes on Twitter.
We start fights.
We do.
We fuck shit up. Anyway, you guys have a great night. We'll see you on Friday.
Good night.